May, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
All right, we've got an amazing guest coming up. Actually, two amazing guests coming up, joining us via video Skype in the next segment. Oklahoma City investigators, one of them who was there when the bombing, in the aftermath. That is coming up in the next segment. Also, in some of the other news, Obama prepared to attack military action. Again, Obama prepared to take military action against Iran. Dennis Ross, a big Obama advisor, says if Obama draws the conclusion that certain kind of steps should be taken against Iran, he'll take them. Yeah, because he's completely blackmailed and controlled. Here's another one. Dozens of people die in roadside bombs in Iraq right as the United States begins to officially pull out. But it has all those advisors and embassy staff and mercenaries there. And Tony Cartalucci, writer for Infowars.com, has a big article out. In a move that almost defies belief, it is so brazen and hypocritical, many will not believe it, no matter how many State Department officials confirm it. The U.S. has been guarding a terrorist training camp inside Iraq with U.S. troops and is planning to relocate them, possibly in a freshly abandoned U.S. military base in Iraq, while D.C. lobbyists work feverishly to have them delisted, armed, and sent to conduct terrorist operations in Iran. And this is what 2-3 weeks ago, Steve Pachenik, former State Department official and terrorism expert, talked about. The MEK, which is an admitted real terrorist group, is basically working for the U.S. government. I mean, what group isn't? Because this isn't the U.S. government, ladies and gentlemen. It's offshore mega banks that are totally ruthless and hire criminal mercenary groups to stage terror attacks all over the world, to finance other terror groups, to stage bombings here in the U.S., to do it all so the system can take our liberties and freedoms and pose as our saviors. And it is so incredibly dangerous on that front. Looking at Korea and China, ex-President Carter sends condolences to Kim Jong-un. And that only props these crazy hereditary dictators up. I understand they've got to have somebody who can diplomatically talk to these people. But why did Donald Rumsfeld, as the head of the big Swiss company back in the mid-1990s, transfer the reactor systems so North Korea could have nuclear weapons? Continuing, Finland finds Patriot missiles on China-bound ship marked as fireworks. See, while you're busy being told to be scared to death of Al-Qaeda under the table, 10,000-plus missiles, 2,000-plus that are high-tech, surface-to-air missiles were basically given to Al-Qaeda and allowed to keep them when Al-Qaeda was given control of Libya by NATO. And that's on record. That's even mainstream news. Pull it up. Pull up London Telegraph headlines like, Al-Qaeda flag now flies over Libya. Al-Qaeda being sent in to fight Syrians. Al-Qaeda works for the globalists that have hijacked this country. People are like, but why would they have them attack us? So they can take all our liberties, blame Iraq that had nothing to do with it, and invade them. Now they're blaming Iran for 9/11. Next, they'll blame you. Or maybe Santa Claus for it. Everybody but who's involved. The Finnish authorities have impounded an Isle of Man flagship bound for China with undeclared missiles and explosives. British or U.S. government, they're always doing this. Police are questioning the crew of the MS Thor Liberty after what were described as 69 Patriot anti-missile missiles were found on board. Yeah, you can also use a Patriot to shoot aircraft down all day long. Oh, but they've been saying Al-Qaeda must have stingers left over from the 80s. Give all your rights up. Continuing here, Interior Minister Pavi Rassin said the missiles were marked fireworks. The MS Thor Liberty was docked in Finnish port after leaving Germany last week. Dock workers became suspicious after Mr. Napolitano told them to be. I'm joking. After finding explosives poorly stored on open pallets, and missiles were then found in containers marked fireworks. More on this coming up, but first, our guest. Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones, and I want to tell you about the Silver Lungs generator. Now you can produce pure and endless colloidal silver and deliver the solution directly into the bloodstream by breathing the solution through the lungs. The respiratory system is the first line of defense for airborne pathogens and viruses. The Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced nano-silver solutions and also delivers the silver nanoparticles instantly into the bloodstream. With continued legislation threatening the sale of nano-silver products, you can now produce pure and endless colloidal silver with the Silver Lungs generator. Very easy to follow, step-by-step instructions are provided, making production fast and simple. Go to www.silverlungs.com today and learn more about the breakthrough technology of the Silver Lungs generator. That's www.silverlungs.com. Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv. Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the global elite are now storing non-hybrid seeds in secret storage vaults near the Arctic Circle? Did you know that in a real meltdown, non-hybrid seeds can become more valuable than silver or gold? It's true, seeds have outperformed even gold and silver before in this country, and it's possible that could even happen again. So our friends at Solutions from Science have put together the perfect mix of non-hybrid seeds. They call it a survival seed bank, and it can produce an endless supply of nutrient-dense food for you and your family. And here's the best part. These seeds have not been genetically modified in any way, and you actually get enough seeds to plant a full-acre crisis garden. So visit them today at survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com, or give them a call at 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. Remember, in a real crisis, non-hybrid seeds are the ultimate barter item. This is Alex Jones for survivalseedbank.com.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
All right, we are continuing our series of interviews to document what really happened in Oklahoma City on the record this week, and I'll do it next week and into the new year, at least once or twice a week, because there's so many amazing people that are interviewed, and then some that aren't, in this film, A Noble Lie, Oklahoma City, 1995. Jane Graham, the head of HUD, who was in the building and saw known feds planting bombs. She didn't know what they were at the time, big gray sticks of butter. They said they were with the telephone company. You've got the inventor of the neutron bomb saying clearly that there were explosives inside the building, the newscast admitting it as well. You've got the former head of Air Force Weapons Development breaking it down. The mother of Police Officer of the Year, Terry Yeaky, the first to respond, who saw the feds running around involved. They, of course, killed him. It's an amazing film, and you need to show it to police and military especially, because the Obama administration has put out with 3 different memos saying a new Oklahoma City would really help them. They don't even veil it. They don't say we're going to do it. They just say it would really help us, and if there's a new one, we're going to blame the right wing. And barring that, we're in deep trouble. And I see all of it moving towards that. Now, our exposure of it may stop them. And I've been talking a lot more in the last year about Oklahoma City again, as you know. I mean, I made a 40-minute film within a film, and I've made a lot of films that are like 3 hours long, like Road to Tyranny, that's really 3 different subjects. The history of terror and the New World Order, stage terror, then Oklahoma City, the first World Trade Center, and then into 9/11. Now, this video is available at Infowars.com, and it supports the filmmakers and, of course, my operation when you get it. But bottom line, get it, air it on Access TV, have local showings in your area. Just like with my films, get my films. You're authorized to make copies of my films. I want all of my videos out there to everybody because this is a life and death situation. I mean, you watch my police state films, you'll understand what's now unfolding. Now, let's stop right there. Don Browning is a retired Oklahoma City police officer, former U.S. Marine and Vietnam veteran. Don worked in the K-9 unit and was part of the search and rescue team at the Murrah building after the bombing. And we're going to go through some important questions. And riding shotgun with him is Holland Vanden Nieuwenhof. He is a native of Oklahoma and served as a rifle squad leader in Marine Corps. Holland decided to get off the bench one day and started writing and passing out leaflets that exposed government corruption and cover-ups. These efforts led him to collaborate with the Oklahoma Bombing Investigation Committee in their efforts to uncover the truth behind the OKC bombing. He was instrumental in the formation of the first low-power FM station in Oklahoma to fight the globalists. I had that part that focused on truth and freedom issues, carrying my show, of course. Holland engages in a variety of endeavors to spread awareness in his community. Absolutely, and fight the criminals that have taken this country over. So both these gentlemen join us, good American patriots and Marines fighting the tyranny. And from my memory, Don, I've never talked to you, but I believe you were one of the guys who got threatened, too. We've talked to the other guys, some of the people off record, the Department of Defense, bomb disposal, you name it, where they said, don't ask questions about the bombs, or we know where your daughter goes to school. Just incredible. But Don Browning, great to have you joining us via video Skype today, and we appreciate your courage coming on air.
Thank you, sir.
You know, I could babble all day, but why are you here? What did you see? What is most important for us to understand? And Holland, you can pretty much, because you know him well and have studied Oklahoma even more than I have, where do you think we should go first?
Well, we can start with the day of the bombing, of course, when Don responded, and get into the evacuations that were later denied that they took place, and the explosives that were found inside the building. Don, you were the first to respond, one of the first to respond to the bombing, right?
Yes, sir.
And you and your dog, Gunny, right?
Correct.
And one of the main points of the movie, what we try to emphasize, is the fact that there were several evacuations after the initial bombing that they were later denied. They said they were false alarms or hoaxes. But in a noble lie, we have videotape from a sheriff's deputy taken during one of the evacuations that shows the ATF pulling weapons and plastic explosives out of the building. No one has seen this tape. Well, some people have, but it's been passed down hand to hand. We digitally remastered the tape. No one has seen it in this quality, and it's never seen widespread publicity.
Yeah, by the way, that's the kind of stuff that's in this film, is many of your team have been on this for over a decade. I mean, this is a obsession to get the murder of these children out. I mean, that's why it's so important.
Well, this is my hometown. I grew up in Oklahoma City. And once I started realizing what had happened, I felt it was my duty to expose the truth. I saw that no one else, other people were doing it, but I wanted to really get the story out to the people. We found a team. We got a good director's team, production, editing, and we made the movie as the best way to get the message out to the masses.
Exactly, and it's the only well-done testament in modern times. So let's get into why Don is such an incredible witness and such an amazing expert.
Well, Don, you were actually in the building in the K-9 rescue units, and during one of the evacuations, what were they doing during the evacuations?
As far as the initial evacuation, we're just trying to determine the location of the victims, really trying to determine how to remove some of the debris. At about 10:30, 11 o'clock that first morning, we were halted for the first time. Ordered out of the building for no other reason than they wanted to secure the building